This is supposed to be a large lake. Some residents are raising money to try to restore it. Others aren't so happy about that. Yes. The county attorney was telling me that they were waiting on crime lab results. Now a mother is facing some serious charges, including homicide. This is a residential street in Cedar Falls. It isn't too deep. Actually, this is one of the nicer ones. It's actually much deeper in other places. The snow has drifted up and just surrounded vehicles. You may have a tough time getting out. In fact, I walked to work today. Only about a block of just for it. I have layers on them. Well, here at City Hall in Waterloo, the council met tonight, and around 6:30, they did vote in favor of a moratorium, no new liquor licenses in troubled neighborhoods. Too many liquor stores. Parents in some Waterloo neighborhoods say establishments that sell alcohol in the area need to go away.
There's too many. There's 2 liquor stores right down the street from my house.
And she says, too troublesome.
People fly down my alley drunk. I have children here. They don't pay attention. There's fights all the time down the street.
Waterloo Council is listening to folks like Mercedes Dami with the approval of a moratorium on new licenses for liquor stores and bars in troubled neighborhoods.
Very good, that motion carries.
For the next 180 days, it will apply to the areas of Logan, East 4th Street, Church Row, and Broadway. Councilman Ron Welper was the lone no vote.
I believe in the free enterprise system. You know, I think that it's kind of the survival of the fittest. All these small mom and pop liquor stores that are out there are not going to survive.
Still, moms like Mercedes are hopeful, saying there is less of a chance of trouble moving in next door. And neighbors are hoping this will help curb the violence at least for the next 180 days. Live in Waterloo, Michelle Kay, Fox News at 9. Up to 17,000 people are expected to show up here at the Unidome behind me for tomorrow morning's graduation ceremonies at the University of Northern Iowa. And they've had high-profile speakers here before, but it's really hard to compete with the First Lady. The university and the Secret Service are working on security in advance of tomorrow's visit by Michelle Obama. Here's what you should know before you arrive.
Arrive early, and remember, this is a lot like an airport. Every entrance you come in will be screening, so it'll be just like an airport screening situation. You have to go through a magnetometer, and you shouldn't bring things, knives, sharp objects, liquids of any sort, that sort of thing. Treat it just like going to the airport, and you'll be fine.
When the university got the call that Mrs. Obama would be here to speak at spring graduation, the school was excited.
We are so very excited. Of course, it's been a lot of work for a lot of people, but it is all just been so very exciting.
And for students, a visit from such an internationally known dignitary gives their school recognition.
We weren't really expecting anyone that important to show up to speak at UNI graduation somewhere in the middle of Iowa.
That is epic, just because not only just for the school, but me as an African-American female, I feel like that is a big step that the university took to maybe support and promote diversity.
And they would normally have 3 separate commencement ceremonies, but because the First Lady will be here tomorrow morning, they rolled it all into one. Live in Cedar Falls, Michelle Kay, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, it turns out that we are all really rude when it comes to our mobile devices. Michelle Kay is in the newsroom right now to show us just how rude. Michelle?
Let me send this text real quick here. Okay, it's going through. A new survey says that our manners with mobile devices is worse than they were in 2009, mostly because we take these everywhere. Walking with your bike and talking, driving in the car, texting and walking, MP3s playing as we walk or run. We just can't stop using our mobile devices. And we are annoying everyone else when we do it.
Like at dinner or something, or in a movie when you're not supposed to, it kind of is habit to check your phone for texts.
It gets worse. A survey by Intel says of those who witness people using cells, smartphones, iPods, or laptops in a rude fashion in public, 32% saw them used in a movie theater. 56% noticed people talking or texting while driving, and 48% detected they were used while in a restroom. Apparently, we are annoying when we use them near other people.
And I could easily see that all the people trying to study were just rolling their eyes and being incredibly annoyed because they had important things to do and this person over here was just yapping like crazy.
They're taking their time to talk to somebody on the phone instead of me, and it becomes very impersonal.
And too often we are a danger to ourselves and others.
They get to the corner and they just walk through the crosswalk and just keep on texting, which is a good way to get hit. It's almost happened a couple of times. People just aren't paying attention and they just keep going, and all of a sudden you hear brakes squeal.
So what should we do? The experts say when we're supposed to be paying attention, we should just lock it up and put it away. Live in the newsroom, Michelle Kay, CBS 2 News.
Good advice, Michelle. We went
outside today. Michelle, is that a good idea?
I would say no, avoid it if you can. Short trip is right, because around here, the farthest you could probably go is just through the parking lot because the streets are tough. I got excited because I actually did see a plow today, but it is a contractor taking care of a residential parking lot. The streets are a different story. That where I'm standing now isn't too bad, but farther up the same neighborhood road, it's a lot thicker. There's huge drifts in the middle of the street, so you might get fooled. Hopefully you don't. It's not so bad here, but it's much thicker up there, and I had to walk to work today. Talk about getting stuck. Brittany's not the only one. Our live van got stuck in a snowbank, so I had a short walk to work, and I'm wearing 5 layers, so I'm fine. But this is an example of some of what you'll have to deal with. We have a rather high-profile vehicle, so if you have a lower-profile vehicle, getting out of the neighborhood is going to be rather difficult. As we said, there's a lot of drifting and blowing snow, so it's rather thick in the middle of the road, so your road might look nice, but you'll turn a corner and it might be deeper somewhere else. Live in Cedar Falls, Michelle Kay, CBS 2 News.
Michelle, it looks like from the live pictures you're sending us back that it looks like the roads are pretty empty up there. Have you seen any traffic at all?
No, I haven't seen any traffic. I think I saw one truck, a larger Chevy truck with a plow on the front, where somebody had their own plow just in case.
That's good. Apparently folks are listening to our advice. Thanks a lot, Michelle. Stay safe.
Quite a night is correct, and excuse me for having to speak low because the event's still going on. It's actually Black History Month here, but they're also recognizing 14-year-old Cedar Falls wrestler Cassie Herkelman for becoming the first girl ever in the state of Iowa to compete on the state level in a tournament in the state of Iowa. You remember her record at the end of the season was 21 wins and 15 losses. And tonight, this is about Black History Month, but they also believe that recognizing Herkelman is a way to celebrate diversity.
I think it's really positive, especially for girls who want to compete in the sport. Women are now allowed to compete in wrestling in the Olympic Games since 2004.
Also here tonight, wrestling legend and Waterloo native, the man that this museum is named for, Dan Gable. He was here tonight. He's still here tonight congratulating Cassie Herkelman on her achievements, and he did say that he wanted to give her a hug, but he was afraid that she might try to pin him to the floor. Live in Waterloo, Michelle Kay, CBS 2 News.
Very funny. Thanks, Michelle.